Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how I did my makeup for my cosplay of Desire from the Sandman from Netflix. Ignore my dog in the background, he's got the zoomies. So I'm going to start off by taking my NYX Total Control Foundation in Light, and I'm going to use a brush to apply this and blend this all over my face. Now I'm going to take my NYX Wonderstick contour stick in the shade Light Medium, and I'm going to hit my cheekbones with this and blend it out with an angled brush. This is like the OG contour stick. I know they came out with like a reformulated one in more different shades, like a wider range of shades, I think. But my OG one hasn't failed me yet, so I'm going to keep using her until she's all gone. I'm also going to hit my jawline with this and then tap it along the sides of my nose as well. I'm not really looking to like change the shape of my nose. I'm really just looking to define the sides of it. I'm going to take my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the shade Fair, and with a tiny little e.l.f. concealer brush, I'm just going to apply the concealer to this little spot on my chin with the brush, like a tiny bit at a time, and then tap it out with my finger, and then go back in with the brush and tap around the edges, just to kind of hide that little zit that was coming up there. Now I'm going to take my NYX HD Finishing Powder in Translucent, and I'm going to press this all over my face with a brush to set everything. Now I'm going to take my NYX Brow Glue. This is like the OG clear one. I know they came out with some tinted ones, but I have the clear one. And I'm just going to brush my eyebrow hairs up and out, kind of like how they would look if they were laminated. And now I'm going to take my NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen in Ash Brown and fill in my eyebrows with this. For once, I'm not trying to change the color of my eyebrows. It's very weird, I know. I used to like filling my eyebrows in like a different color, like black for Loki or something, or like purple for Spectra or whoever, that it was very weird to just do my brows how I normally do them when I do my makeup. Now I'm going to take my Urban Decay Original Primer Potion, and I'm going to apply this to my top lids and then a tiny bit to my lower lids, and blend it out with my finger to prep the eyelids for the eyeshadow I'm going to be doing. Once I have that primer blended out, I like to go in with just a random fluffy eyeshadow brush and a bit of that translucent powder and just set this on top of the primer. You don't have to do this. I just find I have an easier time blending if I do this. Now I'm going to take my Mikayla J X Glamlite palette, the first one, and I can't read the shade names, honestly, so I'm going to take that specific brown shade I pointed to, and I'm going to dust this throughout my crease and on my outer corner, trying to keep it at like an angle, like a wing, just to start off with. I'm going very slowly because I'm not 100% sure how I wanted to do this, and I'm looking back and forth at like pictures of Desire. Specifically, I don't think I mentioned this at the beginning, but this is Netflix, not like the original like graphic novel version of Desire. This is Mason Alexander Park's version of Desire from Netflix that I'm trying to recreate here. I really took my time with this, just going back and forth, blending and adding and blending and adding until I was satisfied with it. Just because like with Loki, I know what the hell I'm doing because I've been doing it for so long. I'm going in with a darker shade now and a smaller brush and starting with my outer corner, and adding that to the outer corner and going in my crease to deepen it up a bit. But like with Loki, I've been doing his makeup for so long that I know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to that, so I can get like that makeup done in like 30 to 45 minutes, but when I'm doing a makeup I've never done before, it takes me like an hour and a half. And even then I'm still like staring at it and studying it and thinking, oh, I should do this next time, or oh, I should have blended this more, because your girl's a perfectionist, which really translates well into her real life job. Now I'm taking my Milani Gilded Noir palette and I'm going into this warmer, deeper kind of chestnutty brown shade on, again, an even smaller brush, and I'm using this to deepen up the outer corner and crease even further. I don't know if my microphone caught it, but in the last clip when I mentioned my real life job, I got my mother to snort, and I really hope the microphone picked that up. I'm going to dip into my NYX Pro Contour and Highlight palette, and I'm going to pick the highlight shade, the shiny highlight shade, and the matte highlight shade. I'm going to mix the two of them together, and I'm going to use this on the empty space that's left on my lid. I was trying to keep it like more of a natural, which is very weird for me. Very freaking weird for me. But I was trying to keep this as natural as possible, and I figured these like contour and highlight shades would be easy to like blend into the eyeshadows. Like honestly, you could even take the contour shades from the palette and just do the same process and it would probably work out still the same. I just prefer working with eyeshadows, but I didn't have like the eyeshadow shades I wanted that were light enough for what I was going for my eyelids, so my contour palette was there, so I said screw it, and I grabbed it, and it actually worked out pretty well. I usually like a lot of shimmer on my lids, so it was really hard to like not do that. Also going back in with that smaller blending brush and like redefining the crease with that darker shade. I think I even at one point went back into the Milani palette and picked one of the shimmer shades from that and put it on top like with the brush, and then like a tiny bit with my finger, just like the tiniest bit, just because I couldn't help myself. I'm going to take my ColourPop cream gel liner pencil in Swerve. This is just a black pencil, and I'm going to line my upper lash line, and I'm trying to keep this like, it's like medium size, I would say. I'm trying to keep it as close to the lash line as possible, but I'm also trying to make it just the tiniest bit thick. I'm really trying to mimic Desire's eyeliner. And now I'm gonna essentially do the same steps I did to my top lid to my bottom lid, and I'm gonna go and just put the eyeshadow there and smoke it out, starting with the lightest shade and then working to that medium brown shade and then that darkest brown shade, and just really trying to keep it clean but also kind of smoky. It's like the antithesis of each other right there, those two words, clean yet smoky. I don't know. And now I'm going to go back into that black pencil, and I'm going to apply this to my lower waterline. Now on a very thin brush, the thinnest I could find, I'm going to take the tiniest bit of black eyeshadow and just kind of close the gap between my waterline and my lower lash line, because there was just a bit of my skin poking through and I didn't really want that, but I don't want the black to be too harsh. I just want it to kind of look like I smoked out the eyeliner like a tad. And I am once again going back in with that darkest brown shade I used, and I'm redefining the outer corner and the crease on both sides. Now back into that contour and highlight palette, I'm going to actually contour my face with it this time, and I'm gonna hit everywhere that I hit with the contour stick earlier. So my cheeks, my jawline, and then on a smaller angled brush, the sides of my nose. I'm also gonna take some of that powder up on my temples because my hair was shorter here and you could actually see my temples, and I just felt like leaving it blank looked kind of weird. So I just put some of the powder there to make it like a more cohesive all the way around. Now I'm going to take some of that matte highlight shade that I put on my eyes onto this sponge, and I'm going to press this under the contour line on my cheeks. And it's kind of like baking. I don't think this is like the actual correct way to bake, but this is how I like to do it. Like, it does the job for me, so I ain't mad at it. I'm going to go into my Ofra Cosmetics NikkieTutorials highlight palette and pick up the shade Glazed Donut, which as you can see I use the most because the pan's almost completely empty. And I'm going to hit my inner corners with it, and I'm starting off slow because this highlighter is very intense and I don't want it to be too shiny, but I also want it to be shiny enough because it's Desire. So I'm hitting my inner corners with it, and I'm going to take it up to my brow bone as well. I'm also going to hit my cheekbones with it, my chin, my cupid's bow, a little bit on my forehead, and then a bit down the center of my nose, so the bridge of my nose, and then the tip. I don't really do a full face very often, so when I do my nose highlight, because my nose is like the oiliest part of my face, I feel like, I'll like apply it with the brush and then tap it out with like a clean finger so it's not like too shiny and like sweaty, greasy looking, because that's not a cute look. And now, because I pretty much forgot while I was filming this, I'm going to dust away the powder on my cheeks. Now I'm going to go into my Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb highlighter, and I'm going to put this on my inner corners and my brow bone. Where else did I put it? I'm trying to remember. Did I hit my eyelids with it? I might have. I did. Okay, yeah, I'm watching this. Yeah, I'm gonna hit my eyelids with it for a bit of extra shimmer, and I'm also gonna put this on my cheekbones. Now I'm gonna take my NYX On The Rise mascara, and I'm going to apply a generous coat to my top and bottom lashes. I'm not really worried about the curl of my top lashes because I'm going to be putting strips on, so I'm really just applying it to blend them in to the strips because my eyelashes are blonde, and then I'm really just paying more attention to my bottom lashes and making sure those get a good coating and that those look okay because I'm not putting strips on my lower lid. And now with this brush on duo glue, the green one, and then these Likely Lashes and Hostile Honey, I'm going to put strips on, and I already went ahead and changed into the bodysuit that I got for Desire off Amazon. That way I wouldn't have to worry about like messing up the strips by taking when I took my top off, because it's not like a button up. I think it was like a hoodie or something. It didn't have a zipper, so I just put the bodysuit on and then put the strips on. Look at me struggling there. I always struggle with the corners there. They're like the most annoying part, and then I always get like lash glue in my lower lashes. And it's the most uncomfortable feeling, I swear to God. Now I'm going to take my NYX Epic Ink Liner in black, and I'm going to just apply this on the inner part of my eye where the lashes aren't sitting. That way it looks a bit more blended, and also like any gaps in the lashes between like where you can see my skin poking through, I'm just going to fill in like a little bit there. And I'm also going to extend my inner corner here. Actually, I'm just now realizing I'm showing you guys where I messed up. I thought I had grabbed my eyeliner. I'm using my brow pen right now, and I'm not realizing it, but I'm going to realize it in a minute, and then I'm going to do what I just said with my actual eyeliner. And once I grab my actual eyeliner, I'm going to extend the inner corners into a point, kind of like a cat eye kind of vibe, but without the wing. I'm going to take my ColourPop Snitchery red lip liner. I forget the shade name. Everything's going to be down in the description. But I'm going to use this to line my lips. And then I'm going to go in with the ColourPop Lippie Stix in, I think it's called Love Life. It's a bit of a brighter red. And I'm going to use that all over the rest of my lip. And I went and I put everything else on, and this is me seeing myself in the viewfinder for the first time in the monitor, and I'm so excited. But yeah, I'm done. So I'll see you next time. Everything will be linked down below, and thanks for watching.